had an experience with a sales team back in the Midwest many years ago. And this sales team was always at the bottom in whatever contests and whatever metrics. They were always at the bottom. And sadly, they laughed about it. They believed it. Ah, yeah, we're at the bottom, but so what? They kind of accepted that fact and the fact that everyone else saw them as on the bottom, as losers, if whatever you want to call it. So when I went in there, I had a lot of different ideas. I was very successful at what I did and knew how to reach the goals that we needed to have and try to turn that around. But before I could do any of that, what did I have to do? I had to change the mindset, right? I had to break away that concrete because I had all the ideas, just like the garden, right? I had all the best tools, I had all the best methodology, but I knew that if I tried to put that onto that team, it wouldn't flourish. It wouldn't matter. It would be putting seed onto asphalt, onto concrete. So what I did was I looked at lots of different measurements that the organization had and found out that even though we sucked in most of the areas, there was one area called accounts receivable, and that is, making sure that payments were made by our customers, that we weren't too bad in. And I knew that that was something that we could work on and turn to be one of the best in the companies with just a very little bit of effort. And it would be a very quick thing to do. So we worked on that, and lo and behold, we became the best in the company at our accounts receivable. And from there, people started to believe in themselves. They started to kind of look at saying, wow, we're number one. We could be number one in other things. They started to believe in themselves. They started to become 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Even though they had a long way to go, they had that victory underneath their belt. And as the story goes, we turned around the other areas once they started believing, once they had the proper mindset, and they became one of the best branches in the entire company. And it really started with the mindset. I know this for a fact. If we wouldn't have changed the mindset, it wouldn't have mattered what myself or anyone else would have done with that team. It just wouldn't have mattered.